So you keep falling down. You think by just trying over and over again, you'll be able to send your project. Maybe. My name is Chang, and this is How to Train for Projects, Beginner/Intermediate. Here we go. Now, if the reason why you keep falling off your problem is a technical beta execution type of issue, then feel free to ignore this video. Bye-bye. But if you find you are limited by physical prowess, please do listen for a tad bit. We must make the training very specific for the project. The examples of training that I use will be very specific to the videos shown. In example number 1, if you find you're slipping off of a pinch, you gotta train your pinch strength in the way that you are using your pinch. The pinch is taken in the undercling position, which is pretty hard to replicate without having a wall. So in this case, we're just going to break down this undercling pinch into its 2 individual parts. The first part is the pinch, and the pinch can be done using a pinch block, which is great. And for this movement in particular, you will start with the arm extended and pull it up and hold it for a moment to better replicate what's happening on the actual boulder.
To make this even more applicable, what you could do is just take it and extend your middle finger like it is done on the hold. Pick it up and then hold it just like this. But I wouldn't do that. I'll still use all fingers.
Lock-off training to replicate this undercling lock-off action will be done on the rings, as opposed to just using the bar, because done on the rings will better simulate the rowing motion that is being done on the wall.
While I was filming, I quickly realized you could also attach the pinch block to the strap. Don't know why that didn't cross my mind. So now you could hold it like this, like the real deal, to make it even more applicable to your situation.
Now, of course, it's important to train both sides of your body just so that we can keep things as even as possible, and it's not a bad idea, honestly. In example number 2, if you are able to do all the moves on the project, but you just simply lack the stamina to connect it all together, there are many ways to go about doing this, really. Number 1 is to constantly just keep doing the project over and over again until you build up enough stamina, you dial in the moves more than enough, and your execution is impeccable. And honestly, I think this is arguably one of the best ways to train for long endurance type boulders. Now, if you do not have the boulder available to you, you can go with route 2. First off, you got to time yourself doing the project. Now, obviously, you can't do it in one full go, so you're just going to time the separate lengths and add them together. In this case, the time it took to do this project was 69 seconds. So to replicate doing this, you're going to dead hang for 25 seconds with your arms slightly bent, because for the first 25 seconds of this climb, the arms are in more or less a particularly bent position. For the next 20 seconds, you're going to hang with your arms straight, because your arms are straight for the next 20 seconds of this climb. And for the last final 19 seconds, you're going back into a bent position to simulate the last part of the climb. Now, of course, we can make this even more specific by changing the holds you use, placing your feet on the ground to alleviate some of the load and whatnot. But for time's sake, this is the general idea. I hope you get it. Example 3, I have no footage, but let's say you're not flexible enough to open up your hips to do one very specific move. Oh, there's an easy solution for that, mate. It's called stretching. Have you heard of it? Go stretch. Become more flexible and you'll be fine. Honestly, that's it. Now, the key point in this video is just to really dial in the crux of the problem. Make your training as applicable to the problem as possible in a safe, controlled environment. What do I mean by safe and controlled? Well, let's say the crux of your problem is at the top of a boulder and you keep falling off. That's not good for your body. So you will simply replicate the top of that boulder in a controlled environment, on the ground, on the floor, on wooden holds, so your skin doesn't get teared to shreds. Hence, the training aspect for the projecting will begin there. My name has been Chang, and I'll see you next time, partner.